Welcome to the NetTouch.com screencast of the week. I'm Jeffrey Way, and today we're going to be taking a look at the transparency problems that Internet Explorer 6 has. Now, I'm going to show you 5 different ways that you can handle this, so especially for some of the newer developers on this site, this will hopefully take care of any issues that you might have. So we're going to take a look at the unit ping fix. We're going to take a look at the Dean Edwards fix. We're going to take a look at actually a new fix that just came around in the last couple weeks or so. We're going to take a look at the Angus Turnbull fix from twinhelix.com. That one actually works very well. And then last, we're going to take a look at not fixing it and actually using some browser detection to determine if the user is accessing your site from IE6. You can send them an alert message. That will be up to you to determine whether it's a good idea or not. Personally, I would not use it, but I know many people that insist upon it, so we'll show you that way as well. So the very first one, let's take a look at the unit ping fix. So go ahead and open up your browser and do a Google search for the unit ping fix. There we go. Unit ping fix, and it should be the first on the list. Yeah, labs.unitinteractive.com. Just go to the website, and this will take you to the unit ping fix. Click download now, and it's going to download a few files. And you'll end up with this folder. So you're going to need 2 things. Take this JavaScript file and the clear.gif file and import it into your solution. So I'm still using Aptana, though not much longer. And I'm going to drag this in to my solution. Okay, and next we need a 24-bit ping, a transparent ping to work with. So I'm just going to paste that in, and it's just a square with a shadow, you know, nothing big at all. So let's go ahead and add it to our page. So div id equals container, and let's just add it as a background. Okay, so I'm just going to use inline styling. Style type equals text/CSS, and we'll do container. We'll have to specify a width and height since there's nothing in it. So we'll do width, 300 pixels, height, height is 300 pixels, and let's do a background of just red. And, red, and let's attach our image. Red URL, and it's called ping24.ping. All right, we do no repeat. So let's go and view this in the browser. Okay, so as you can see in Firefox, of course, it's working perfectly, but the thing we need to worry about is IE6. So next, I'm going to open up my version of IE Tester, which will allow me to check the site in IE6. Okay, we'll do a new tab, and let's grab that URL and paste it in. Okay, as you can see, IE6 is generating this dark gray background. So we need to go in and write some good conditional statements. So we'll start with, let's do if less than IE7, we are going to import this unit ping fix script. So script type equals text/JavaScript. And the source is unitpingfix.js. Okay, and then I just need to close it. And if, I think that's right. I always forget. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so we're just saying if the user is accessing the site from Internet Explorer 6 or less, then we're going to import this file. So now let's go back and see if it works. Do a complete refresh. And now unit ping is displaying that correctly. Okay, well, good deal. Now, let's take a look at one other thing, though, before we go on to the next one. Let's set repeat. Let's just set it to repeat and come back and see if everything still works okay. And you can immediately see it gets stretched out somehow. So if you see this, you might be thinking, what the heck? How did this turn into one huge image rather than tiling? So just to make sure we didn't do anything wrong, let's also check it within IE7. I'm going to paste in the URL, hit enter. Okay, so it is working in IE7. So keep this in the back of your mind. It's not, with this unit ping fix, you cannot tile background transparent pings. Okay. Not a big deal, but you can always just turn it into the background into a JPEG and tile that. So this works pretty darn well. This is what I tend to use the most, but there are some things to look out for. Okay, the next one, let's do something different. This time, let's just assume we aren't going to compensate for IE6 at all. Let's say you're one of those people that feels you need to just give the person an alert that says you're using a crappy browser. You need to upgrade in order to view this site properly. There's definitely some merit to that. So let's go back to Aptana, and I'm going to create a new page. And we'll call this index2.html. Okay. And we will use jQuery to detect it. So I'm going to paste in my jQuery file, and we need to import that. So script type equals text/JavaScript. Source equals jQuery.js. Okay. So just open up a script bracket. And I'm going to say if jQuery.browser.msie, meaning if the browser the user is using is Internet Explorer, and we also want to check if it's Internet Explorer and if the version is 6.0, then run the code. So and jQuery.browser.version is equal to 6.0, then we will do alert upgrade your browser, man. Okay, and just for this example, we'll do else document.write some website info goes here, just to simulate some kind of website. But of course, you would get rid of that in your real solution. So if the user is using Internet Explorer 6.0, we're going to run an alert. Otherwise, we're just going to simulate some kind of website. All right, let's go back to IE tester. I'm going to go to index2.html. And we get this alert, upgrade your browser, man. On the other hand, let's try Internet Explorer 7. And some website info goes here. Okay, so that's one way. Keep in mind this is somewhat shaky ground, and it's typically not recommended. I think in this instance it's okay because you can be sure that the browser version for IE6 and 7 is 6.0 and 7.0 respectively. But when you get into like Safari and Opera and Firefox, the versions can get kind of shaky, so be very careful when using this. But for this example, I think it'll work just fine for you. Okay, so that's 2 down, 3 to go. The next one we're going to take a look at is the Dean Edwards fix. So let me return to Firefox, and let's open up, and I believe it's dean.edwards.name is his URL. Okay, and we are going to download IE7.js, and this actually does quite a bit more than adds transparency. So keep that in mind. It's a bit bigger file size, but it does fix quite a few things, and a lot of people swear by it. So let's go ahead and download it. Let me find right here. And we would get, let's do beta 3, and we want IE7.js. And it's going to give us this URL, so not URL, this text, so let's just go ahead and copy that. We could also link to the Google version, which might even be better, actually. But for now, I'm just going to create a new JavaScript file, and we'll call it IE7.js. And paste all of that information in. Okay, let's save it. And let's create a new file. I'm putting each one of these on their own file. That way you can download the source code and pick and choose the one you want. Index3.html. Okay, and let's import our IE7 file once again. And source equals IE7.js. And I'm just going to paste in a little bit of code to speed things up. It's just some conditional statements saying, once again, if the user is accessing the site from a browser of IE6 or lower, then import a script. Now, I saved this IE7 for your use, but in this instance, I'm just linking directly to Google's version. And all I need to do now is to add an image. So image source equals ping24.ping, alt equals image. And that should do it. So let's go ahead and view this. I'm going to change this to IE3, and this is going to check it in IE7. It should work just fine as we thought. Now let's go to IE6. And you'll immediately see it's not working. So this is the the Achilles heel of this one is that you are going to have to add -trans to every transparent ping that you use, which is somewhat of a pain, but that's the way it knows which pings to access. So we could rename this ping, but since I'm offering a bunch of different versions, I'm just going to copy and paste it. Let's do that one more time. Copy and paste. And I'm going to save it as ping24-trans. TRANS is what each one needs to end in. .ping. And then show you one other thing you need to look out for. I'm going to refresh the page. And now it's working just perfectly, like we thought it would. Okay, so that one works rather well. The only problem is you need to add -trans to the very end, but big whoop, not a big deal. Okay, one more down, so let's continue on. The next one, I believe it's from twinhelix.com, and it's the fix from Angus Turnbull. Let's see, he's updated it, so it works much better now. Yeah, here it is, IE PNG Fix. And let's download version 2, and it includes support for background position and repeat, so that's good. Click on the test area, and I will include links to all of these, so don't worry about that. And save it. And it will bring you, when it finishes downloading, this file right here. So it has a few things you need to take a look at, but let's go ahead and drag in. Let's drag in IE ping fix. I'm going to drag in this blank.gif file, and I think that should be it. I'm going to copy these, come back, paste them in, and let's create a new page. This will be number 4. And after I'm done with this, I'll organize everything for you, so when you download it, you can pick and choose. So index 4, and we need to import our script, so script type equals text/JavaScript, and source equals IE ping fix tilebackground.js. Actually, I'm sorry, I just remembered this is not a JavaScript. This is the, this is an HTC file. Sorry, I don't use this one that much. So I'm going to pull in the IE ping fix.htc file. And we can actually get rid of the script because we won't need it. Sorry about that. And get rid of the tile background. And so now let's just add, once again, a div with an ID of box. Something like that, that's fine. And we'll add a bit of styling. And say box. Once again, give it a width and height. Width 300 pixels, height 300 pixels. Background, red. And background red. And also we will do URL. And we are going to send that to ping24.ping. And then the final thing is we need to add the behavior. So let's go ahead and put each of these on their own line. And we'll do behavior. And that's going to be URL. And this is going to direct to IE ping fix. pngfix.htc. Now, one thing you should note about HTC files is it's not going to work on just your local host. So you'll need to upload these to your server in order to see the changes. Okay, so if we were to run it, if you were to even use something like IE Tester, it's not going to run the way you think. You would actually have to upload it. So I've already gone ahead and done that. If we come back and we can see, yes, in fact, it is showing that transparency like we want. Okay, so that takes care of that one. Let's come on back. The final one that we need to take a look at, let me take a look at my notes, is actually one called DD_belated ping. So let's go into Firefox, and you know what? I don't know the web address, so let's go ahead and search for that, belated ping. And yeah, it's that one on top. Click on it. Now, this one is the newest of the bunch, and it might just be the best for a couple of reasons. One, it has support for background position and background repeat, which is very important. You don't have to append anything to your file names. And thirdly, you don't need to have, a blank .gif file included. So let's go ahead and find it. To be perfectly honest, I only just took a look at this yesterday. So let me go ahead and find the file, download. And let's get the packed version. And I guess I'll just have to copy that. Let's come back and add a new item. And we're going to add a JavaScript file. And we'll call it DD_belated ping. It's fine. .js. Okay. Paste that in. Looks good. And then finally, we need to add one final page called index5.html. Index5.html. So let's go ahead and import that. Script type equals text/JavaScript. Source is DD_belated ping. Okay. So let's come on back to the website. And I'm just going to slice this out since we're running kind of high on time. Where is it? There it is. So we're going to use the same thing. We're going to use conditional statements to target only IE6. And we are just going to access each transparent ping slightly differently. So let me paste that in. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out. And you see here it's being targeted. We're using DD_belated ping.fix. And then you pass in, or you can pass in a CSS selector. So let's do it once again. Div ID equals box. And then let's just add our image. Image source equals ping24.ping. Alt equals image. And then we could do belated ping.fix box. And that will fix any of the images within there. So let's go ahead and run this in the browser and see if I forgot anything. Okay, of course it works in Firefox. Let's switch to IE Tester, and let's check. IE7 should be just fine because we're not targeting IE7, we're targeting IE6. Let's paste that in, and we are getting a grayish background. Okay, so let's go back and find out. I probably just made a mistake, and my best guess is, since, just like most people, I'm kind of new to this, I'm thinking we need to target the image directly, so we do box image. And my guess is that's going to fix it. Let's go to IE Tester, refresh. Let's do a refresh complete. Yeah, and there, that's been taken care of. Okay, so I'm going to include a bit more information in the article portion of this. So that has been 5 ways to fix it. So we looked at the ping fix, we looked at Dean Edwards' fix, Angus Turnbull's fix, we looked at not fixing it at all and actually targeting IE6 and throwing up an alert box. Use your own judgment on that one. And then finally, we took a look at this new DD_belated ping fix. So that has been your screencast of the week. For more tips and tutorials, please visit nettouch.com and blog.deanforest.net. See you later. Bye.